Black, Educated, and Broke. And, right before the break, I know y'all were getting excited, right? Because I'm trying to give y'all that tease. Because we have this brother up here next. First of all, an alpha man, okay? But I was telling you about this book, this thriller, this exciting thing that he had coming out, right? It's the Black Leather Apron. He's the author of this amazing book. And y'all, I got him on the show. Okay, so before I get him on here, I want to tell you a little bit about him. And first of all, how my encounter was with Mr. Phillip Gilliam. Okay, just call him Phil, y'all, all right? So we were at the Legacy Center. As y'all know, that's where I do my my workspace at, and that's one of our clients. And I was coming out, and I saw the 1906. And listen, when I see the Greek letters, I got to represent. Hey, what's up, Fred? And he came up talking to me. He was like, oh, say, let me show you my book. Let me show you about the book. And he had the book. He gave me the handout. He was like, I said, well, hey, I get you on the show next week. He was about it, because a lot of times you can be like, hey guys, you want to be on my show? And yeah, and then you don't hear from these people. But as soon as I got in that car, so yes, make sure you send me information. So I was like, this is real. I love what he's doing, and I love thrillers. I love horror, so it really much caught my attention. So I said, okay, well, you know what, Phil, let's get you on the show. But y'all, so he sent me this bio. I was like, well, damn, who am I meeting today? This guy is so distinguished, so, accomplished. But Aurelia, come on, dog, he's an alpha man. Like, we know this. We know this already, right? All right, so a little bit about... Top tier, yes, sis. So a little bit about Phillip, I'm going to do a few highlights because the brother is loaded, okay? So he is a biography engineer. He's an inventor. He's a writer. He's a screenwriter, okay? He was awarded, which I thought this was super duper cool. He was awarded a United States patent on something that he created, okay? Biomechanics. See, look, that's that fancy stuff. So it's like you got a brother that has all these things in regards to engineering and invention, but who's also a writer, a screenwriter, and he like talking about deep stuff. I was like, talk about well-rounded. So I need everybody to give a round of applause for Mr. Phil Gilliam.
Thank you. And I'm so glad to be on the show. Thank you, Randi, for inviting me on. Absolutely. I just couldn't wait to let you know everything you wanted to know about Black Leather Apron.
Okay, so let's get right into it. So, first of all, before we get into Black Leather, how did you get into going from engineering and inventing to being a screenwriter and an author?
Well, basically, I've been like a crime buff my whole life. I always paid attention to the old movies from the 40s and the 50s with like Humphrey Bogart and James Cagney and those guys, Edward G. Robinson and those guys. I used to check out all those films, even some of the ones with Brando, like On the Waterfront and that kind of stuff like that. But I follow those kind of films all the way up to, now. I mean, I checked out films like Chinatown and The Godfather and, films like The Bone Collector.
Yes, that's one of Aurelia's movies.
That's right. And they got newer ones now, like, Devil in the Blue Dress,
Black
Dahlia, and even the one that Guillermo Torres just made. I think it was called, oh my God, I can't think of the name of that film. But anyway, these films have been on forever, but they always have the same theme, a hard-nosed detective in most cases, a femme fatale that's leading them down the garden path, leading them astray. And some case that there's no chance that he can figure out, but somehow, some way, he finds a way to do it, He overcomes all the obstacles, he, gets past all the danger, folks trying to knock him off, and he always comes up in the end, taking the case and making sure that he figures it out and bringing people to justice.
So this is specifically about the character in the Black Leather Apron. What is the character's name?
The detective. The detective in this book is named John Talion, and it's basically it's a hard-nosed crime story. John Talion chasing a serial killer through the streets of Baltimore, trying to stop him when he looks like he's pretty much unstoppable.
Oh, okay, all right. Look, that's a quick tease, but I'm going to actually have him read the synopsis on the back. He said, let me read it if you want to see how it's really done. I said, you better go ahead, professional.
Black Leather Apron. I know indeed what evil I intend to do, but stronger than all my afterthoughts is my fury, a fury that brings upon mortals the greatest evils. And that's Euripides of Medea. And now, the synopsis. John Talion, ex-homicide detective turned down on his luck private eye, stumbles upon the grisly murder of Sharon Bowling, the daughter of one of Baltimore's most prominent and connected families. He's manipulated in to privately assist in solving the murder by the victim's recently widowed sister, Samantha Bowling. Reluctant at first, Talion has no choice but to accept the $15,000 Samantha offers for his assistance, unsure if he's being paid to catch or kill the murderer. Immersed in his own lust, Samantha's stunning beauty and base sensuality, Talion wants to solve the case as much as he wants to bend her over.
Oh.
The initial murder turns into 2, then 3, all equipped with the same gruesome signature and cryptic messages. Talion finds a possible connection in a book entitled The Mind of Jack the Ripper. Then everything starts to make perfect sense. What follows is a suffocating tale of murder, greed, lust, revenge, and insanity, with the ultimate motive being orchestrated from an unlikely source for reasons as diabolical as the method in which it was executed. Black Leather Apron.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes. And this is why he needed to read it, ladies and gentlemen, because that tone, that inflection, yes. Okay, so pretty much a pretty girl got detective all messed up.
Oh,
he don't know if he killing or catching.
All twisted up, and the main thing is the serial killer is almost unstoppable.
Almost.
I mean, his physical strength is only surpassed by his need to kill and kill and kill.
Like Jason or
absolutely.
Mike Myers.
I thought he was talking about OJ.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't do OJ.
No, he has absolutely no kind of respect for human life.
The detective? Oh no, the killer, the murderer.
The killer, and he's been sent on this mission by an unlikely source. So I'll just leave it like that.
Oh my God, this is exciting. So where did the inspiration come to write that, besides your influences, but did something like, my personal habit?
Well, I mean, I just love these stories. I just love these, and I know I've watched so many of them.
Yeah.
And, some of the elements, some of the characters, they're different. But this is sort of like a hard-nosed crime story. It is not for children.
Okay, y'all hear that? BEB, Black Educated Broke Audience. Even though we cuss so much, y'all shouldn't be listening.
PG-13 or rated R?
No, this might be R because it's an erotic crime story. It's not gratuitous sex.
Right. That's why I say erotica, yeah.
It's not gratuitous violence. But there's some serious sex and some serious violence.
Serious sex. And this is in Baltimore. Are you from Baltimore? No, you from
I went to school there at Morgan State University.
Yeah.
But I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. But I went to school there, and I went to work there right after I got out of college. But the main thing is, the inspiration was basically there's an area in Baltimore called Fells Point. If you ever been down there, and it looks remarkably like Whitechapel in London when Jack the Ripper was walking through the streets, slicing people up.
Oh, snap.
Because it's got the cobblestone streets, the small alleyways, the dark alleyways.
The whole vibe.
The whole vibe is just like, London almost. So I was, I wanted to write a story about the Ripper, but then I went, down there because I'm from there, I lived there a long time. I just looked at those and I found, because I did my research. I went and looked at, the actual crimes of Jack the Ripper and the places where he did it.
Oh, snap.
And I actually found locations in Baltimore that really look, some of those alleys.
Just like that.
They look almost just like it. I'm like, you have got to be kidding. So I'm like, yeah, I got to write this.
Fitting.
It fits perfectly. So, the story is based there. And, we're looking to get $3.6 million.
Woo woo!
Got this.
Come Yeah, well, that's
You never want to stop without asking for the money.
No, you can hear that. You hear
that's
that
the only
loud
thing
and
that
clear.
they understand. I don't think producers understand.
We're not staying there, okay? So we can afford this $3.6 million, okay?
Yeah, it's a $3.6 million film. That's pretty much low budget for Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I put the whole package. I put the whole package together. You got your one page, which is an explanation of what the whole thing is about. So if somebody's going to be able to read this, what they say it's an elevator pitch.
Yep.
Where you can convince somebody on a ride down in the elevator to fund your film. So that's the one pitch, the one page. Then you got the pitch deck, which is longer. It tells you everything you think about the film, what the feel is, what your wish list of actors are, what your wish lists of directors, executive producers.
Yeah.
Comparables. And what's a comparable? Comparable is like, well, the film's sort of like this. It's sort of like, a film like The Bone Collector. It's sort of like Body Heat. It's sort of like Devil in a Blue Dress.
Yeah.
Basic Instinct, like that.
Yeah,
those are the comparables that you give them.
of the film.
Exactly. So when they see it, they know, all right, well, this is this kind of film. It's noir, but it's got this kind of, it's got this kind of toughness to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one thing. The pitch deck is one thing. The synopsis is what I read for you guys, but you have to give them more. You give them a treatment, which is a short, a short reading of the whole screenplay. Now, the screenplay is 129 pages, but the treatment might be 36 pages. But you tell them everything that happened.
Yeah.
So if somebody doesn't want to take the time to read...
Like a Cliff Notes version.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if they don't want to take the time to actually read the screenplay, and they have to at some point, they can read, the pitch. They can read the treatment and get the whole feel for the film. Now, you have to give them a budget, and it's not just giving them a budget, but you have to sync the budget with the actual screenplay. So
you better know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
That's right for you, right, Phil?
You just can't say, this is how much money I want.
And can we just say these pages is laminated, honey? Like, it was laminated. That's how you know this is a serious.
Like when he ain't playing.
A serious dollar, because who's laminating? Laminating.
Because she wanted to survive. It's got to survive. It's got to survive. Yeah. So you got to sync up the budget with every scene in the film. You have to sync up the budget with every time a particular actor is brought on film, so you got every dollar accounted for.
That's smart. You ready,
so
man. You are ready.
And that's the way that they look at it, because they're going to be looking for that. If you can't tell them that, then you ain't serious.
No, you're right. You're right. You're just another dreamer.
Yeah, because
laminated page.
Because what they don't want is for you to just say, well, I got a great idea.
Yeah.
They don't want an idea. They really do not want an idea. They don't want to do your job.
Yes.
They want you to do your job.
Yep.
They want to do as little as they possibly can, as much as you have to get all the money you want.
You know it.
And in this case, it's $3.6 million.
Pew, pew.
Ain't that over there to Tyler Perry? Tell him you can do Detective Medea.
You know what the problem is with trying to get to Tyler and those type, like, Tyler or Regina King, or trying to get the Spike.
The food chain.
No, it's like you've got so many gatekeepers, people whose job it is
to make sure they don't get
make sure that you don't get in contact with them. I'm like, well, what is that about? How do you know how many good ideas you
get there? That's why people.
Well, or because for having the opportunity to work on Tyler Perry's set a few times. I just think that it's so many people with so many dreams and it's just like you do need a gatekeeper kind of filter.
Correct.
Who's really real? Who's not real, who got funding, who need funding. But it could be a more, maybe more seamless way of doing that for those to find who's real, who's not real.
Exactly. Because I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
See, if I got 5 minutes with him, I can show him I got everything except the money. So the only thing that you can tell me is, well, we just don't want to give it to you. Because you don't have a reason, because I'm giving you everything.
You never know who may get the opportunity to be there and be like, oh, I met this great man
right
here. It's literally connections. There's so many people that's there, and you never know who's who. And it's like, well, there is this guy with this that's about his business. I know it's literally who you know and who can get you.
You're exactly right.
In college they actually taught us it's not really so much of who you know, it's who know you. Because just because you think you know them, but do they know you? Can they vouch for you? So that's what I've been taught. No, it's about who knows you.
Because if they're not gonna vouch for you like the mob does, I'm vouching for them, then it doesn't really mean anything. And you can have a whole lot of good meetings with people, but the meeting doesn't really mean anything. What matters is what they do afterwards.
Come on.
And the one thing I wanted to make sure that people know is it's real sexy.
Oh, yeah, you said hard sex.
Yeah, I mean, it's real sexy to say you want to do a movie.
Serious sex.
You know what I mean? It's real sexy to say, yeah, I want to do a movie, but that ain't the point. The point is, can you do a film? Can you do a film noir, and can we get paid for it? Period. Do you have all the elements and the distribution? Because nobody is going to, just pay for you to make a movie if they can't distribute it worldwide and get paid. Because that's the point.
Investors got to get paid back.
That's right, because they're not buying a writer. They're buying a result.
So you better preach up here about it. Phil knows. Okay, so Phil, so we're gonna speak it into existence. This is gonna become a film.
Thank you.
You're gonna get that funding plus more, and in the process of that manifesting for you, how can we get the copy of the book?
I got. For
our listeners, they want to get some. They want to go get a copy.
You can get it from me from my website. It's pgilliam.com. That's pgilliam.com. And I would ask that it's also available on Barnes and Noble and Amazon. But I'm going to ask you not to buy it from Amazon, because if you buy it from Amazon, you're giving all of my royalties to Jeff Bezos, who's the richest man in the world. He don't need the money. I do. If you can feel me.
Period.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of copies with me and a few more outside.
How much are they on your website?
They're $19.99.
Oh, y'all can do $20 to support this black man and this amazing trilogy coming.
And you can get the first 5 pages for free on the website under the excerpt tab. And all you're going to need to do is read the first page to get the hook.
I believe he gave you a little bit of sauce. You're like, let me go get my credit card and pay this $19.99 real quick. All right, so pgilliam.com.
And get your signed copy.
Oh, listen, this brother, we heard him first. He about to blow up. You better get this autograph, this signed copy before you be like, oh my God, where's Randy? Can you get Phil? No, you should have supported him.
You don't have to go through them gatekeepers.
Okay. I love it. But tell us, how can we follow you? We got your website. How can we follow you?
Well, I mean, you got the website.
Oh my God, Phil.
No. I got the.
Don't you tell me you ain't got no social media.
I do.
Yes.
You can get me on Facebook. You can get me on Instagram, but I don't use the Instagram like I ought to. I got to do better at that.
He's going to change that.
Yeah, I got to do way better at that, because I'm kind of an old school guy. Yeah, I'm kind of an old school guy, but you can definitely get to me on Facebook. You can get to me on the website. All of my contact information is on the website. Again, it's pgilliam.com, pgilliam.com. And you can get, there's a short film on there. It's a little mean-spirited.
Oh, okay. Warning.
Yeah.
Mean-spirited, like dark, like.
Yeah, it's a little mean-spirited.
Well, you talking about crime stuff and all that.
It's not love and kisses. It's kind of mean-spirited.
Well, that's how the world is sometimes, so they ain't that
But
sweet.
it's all fiction. Nobody dies.
Fiction.
It's all fiction.
Okay. So, guys, we got to make sure we tap in. pgilliam.com, all his information. Get the book. Black Leather Apron. That already sound like some SNS type of stuff, right? Sexiness. But yeah, go ahead and check it out on his website, $19.99. Go support it. It's going to be on our website, Black Educated and Broke. We'll have a link there so you can make sure you go ahead and support. Reach your little 5 copies for free just to get a little tease, and then go ahead and get it for real, okay? So we want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being on the show, this wonderful alpha man that does 1,000,001 things. He's about to be the next, bigger than Tyler Perry. Look, how about that? I said that. What you doing? All right, he said, but we thank you.
All we asked for is a little kickback.
Absolutely.
Yes, Ron is always gonna make sure he gets some type of percentage from anything. Okay.
I'm looking to help anybody that helps me.
Come on, scratch yours, I scratch yours.
That's right.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we got some more Black Educated and Broke. So keep it locked right here.
Back in the Stewie.
Alrighty, so we just wrapped up this amazing interview with the Phil Gilliam, and he was talking about his greatest project, Black Leather Apron. Y'all, I cannot wait. He's about to make it a movie. It's about to be lit. But we were in part of our interview behind the scenes, we were talking about it becoming a trilogy. This right here, at all times, this is what he's currently working on. So tell us, what is this, Phil? When people got bondage and blood on their fingers? What is this?
Well, it's the second story. It's the same detective, John Talion's second story. This is after this. I don't want to give Black Leather Apron away, but this is after Black Leather Apron. He's sort of drowning his sorrows in Rio. You know, he hooks up with another femme fatale in Rio de Janeiro,
It's the honeys.
and then comes back to Baltimore and finds his best friend, a boxer named Yaki Galindez, has been murdered, and not too nicely. Okay?
Oh, ooh, like
So
slaughter.
then he has to figure out who did that. You know, they're sort of like trying to set him up where it looks like, you know, it's a search for a synthetic diamond, but there is no diamond actually.
Dun,
So-
dun, dun.
But it's mean spirited.
So when should we expect this one to be complete?
I'm trying to get this done in, probably by December.
Okay, a little holiday scariness
Yeah,
situation.
try to drop this by December at all times, but I'm working hard to get this film package out for Black Leather Apron.
Yes.
And trying to get that $3.6 million.
He said it 4 times now, so we got to get him this 3.64 to make this a movie. All right, but no, thank you, Phil.
Thank
We're
you so
looking forward. We're
much.
going to support it. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Right here on
absolutely.
Black Educated and Broke.